I know what I'm doing. That's what Donald Trump said last night at a speech to House Republicans. He was talking about tariffs. I know what I'm doing. He just paused the tariffs today. To me, it doesn't look like you know what you're fucking doing. It looks like you brought chaos, Mr. President, to the whole world, most importantly, to Americans. You saw people have their hard-earned retirement safety wiped out, their savings gone. You know what you're doing? No, you just fucked our economy. And now you're going to put a pause on these tariffs because you felt the pressure? Pissed off all of our allies? People lost their savings? You know what you're doing? You don't know what you're doing. You don't have a clue what you're doing. And by the way, you look weak. You put these tariffs in place. You say they're non-negotiable. You don't get anything in return. And then you put a pause on them. You just look weak. And you make the American worker wonder, does our president even see me? Does he know how hard I work and how big I dream? No, you don't. And today, this pause, while I hope it brings back some level of savings and benefit to the people who lost everything, it just shows and it reminds us why you can't do this job.
So, hi guys, welcome and thank you so much for being here. So, that's Congressman Eric Swalwell ripping into Donald Trump over his flip and lost trade war. So, for those of you who don't know, Trump has now put a pause on the trade war that he started. This is something that he never should have done. And people who are of sound minds are asking, what was the point? There is absolutely no point. So Trump lost on the trade war, and he has now left the cleanup on aisle 2 to his minions, his lackeys, to do the cleanup on aisle 2. And that's basically what they're doing. And let me tell you, they have a hard time selling whatever talking point Trump has fed them because it is so laughable. Take a look.
Can you explain on the decision making on what feels like a reversal here? I mean, just these went into effect less than 15 hours ago, these tariffs. Why the pause now? What led to that?
No, again, President Trump created maximum negotiating leverage for himself, and which tariffs went into effect 15 hours ago. The ones that we have lowered went into effect a week ago. They were announced a week ago, and we've just been overwhelmed by the response from mostly our allies who want to come and negotiate in good faith. So,
can you explain more the decision making on what feels like a reversal here? I mean, just these went into effect less than 15 hours ago, these tariffs. Why the pause now? What led to that?
No, again, President Trump created maximum negotiating leverage for himself.
So tell me how Trump created maximum level negotiate. Like, how did he do that when he got nothing out of this mess? He got nothing. Like I have been saying since the beginning of this whole situation, Trump does not care. All Trump cared about was making sure that he didn't go to prison. Imagine somebody who has enjoyed the freedom that he has enjoyed throughout his entire life going to prison. That was why he doubled down on the racist antics. He doubled down on the misogynistic antics. He doubled down on the divisive antics, because he knew that those kind of talking points were the only thing that was going to get people to come out. That was the only thing that was going to get them to come out in droves to vote on election day. And that was why he doubled down on those things. Okay, it wasn't because he cared about MAGA. It wasn't because he cared about the voters or he cared about people. He just cared about himself. He just cared so much about himself, about not going to prison, and he was going to pull all the stops. He was going to pull a rabbit out of a hat to ensure that he didn't go to prison. And now that he has now gotten the job, he's now at the White House, he has no idea what he's doing. And Trump is the kind of person that does not want to appear weak. That's the reason why he could never bring himself to backpedal. He is willing to stand on that hill than walk back whatever he says, because to him, that is a sign of weakness. So he got nothing out of this. He got zero, zilch, nothing he got out of this trade war that he incited. And then you have all this MAGA talking heads trying to put a lipstick on a pig. You can put 20 lipstick on a pig. You can put 20 different shades of lipstick on a pig. A pig is still a pig. So he won nothing. He got nothing out of this. And that is actually truly the sad part. He did all of this for nothing. He disrupted the market for nothing. Like wiped out people's life savings for nothing, for an ego trip. Nothing else. And then you have the minions talking about how you have 50 countries and however many countries calling and wanting. No, the only countries that will be begging and begging are the third world countries who rely on the trade deal with America. Those are the only countries that are begging. American allies, industrialized nations, countries who have done business with America for many, many years, they are feeling betrayed. They are feeling betrayed, and they are forming new alliances with each other. They don't trust America. And that puts America in a very unique and a very isolated situation. I mean, America cannot do business with itself. America needs foreign partners, foreign trade partners. Otherwise, American currency will devalue. America is not operating from a place of strength right now. And no matter how many times Trump says it or repeats it, America is not operating from a place of strength right now. And it is showing, and it is embarrassing. And people should be alarmed by this. Seriously.